Alright. Konbanwa, minasan. We're at Suzuka International's racing course for the third week of the iRacing Spec Racer 4 challenge. Moving up north from of the Australian summer to the northern hemisphere. A winter day in racing. Yep, I just missed the start of the lap, but we're going to go on board David Gaspers for a lap around this track anyway. Actually missed quite a large portion. I will start commentating in the middle of the race more likely. So yeah, he is currently in the S's. One of the most trickiest part of circuit, and into Dagna 1, Dagna 2, down to third, into Dagna 2, hard on the curves. These used to be one single turn, but throughout the years they got slower and slow down more and more, and then they eventually became two separate turns. Now there was the hairpin. Gaspers used second gear around there. Now into 200R. So very long turn, but more like a straightaway for the spec racer. Then put on the middle pedal into a spoon turn. A very long decreasing radius downhill left-hander, the opposite of turn 1. Third gear on the exit, just hit the curves right. Then swing to the left for another part of straightaway, and then into the famous 130R. Gaspers move to the right, maximize the entrance, and he goes through the turn flat out. All the wiggle on the exit curve there, hard braking into the chicane. Second gear, you want the back exit back at entrance here. Put on the low pedal, and then it is a downhill for the start finish line. Into fourth, into fifth, 170, 180. I think you can hear the ball 190 just before the first corner, the opposite of Stone. A very long right-hander, down to fourth, down to third. You want to carry as much speed as possible through here, and you want to do them smoothly. And now into the SE section again. This is also about precision steering and the throttle control, and also the best racing line. Since these are consecutive corners, you don't want to compromise any of them. You get middle in apex, and then you exit at the middle lane. But you definitely want a better exit on the last one of the chicane. No, I meant S's. And Dagna again. We're going to TV camera. Yeah, of course this too never works. Come on, can you work? This is annoying. Okay, I guess I have to manually switch it then. So currently on the top of the leaderboard we have Austin Winner, who missed the last week at Bathurst. Also not a great race at Oran Park, crashed on first lap, and it was a recovery drive. He's currently sitting pole position with a 226.1, followed by Gaspers with 236.4. This is another one of those very long circuit. It is also a 10-lap race here tonight. A little lift from Austin Winner. Hard braking into the center triangle. Is he going to improve his lap? He's just a little bit behind Gaspers. So Gaspers Gaspers is going to cross the line first. Let's see, will Gaspers jump on pole? I have no info here. What is going on with this TV thing? It is completely stuck now. Great. Let me restart it. So yep, Austin Winner still on pole with a 2:25.9. David Gaspers just behind him by 300th, and now we're into the race session. It's Winner on pole, Gaspers on the outside of row 1. Until Antonio Reyes, another competitive week for him, but slightly behind leaders. He is going to start on the inside of row 2. Ian Haycock.
Good luck, guys.
Haycock Senior, we don't see him usually in the SOF race, starting 4th.
Yeah, good luck, everybody. Have fun.
Larry McLeod, after internet issue during the qualifying session, still managed to set a pretty good lap, starting 5th.
Yeah,
Jeff Fisher outside of row 3.
My second lap because I missed the braking point.
Actually, alright, let's jump to the stars anyway. The lights are on,
green
the
flag.
lights are red, and they turn grey. A good launch from Winner. Gaspers immediately gives lap to follow the drop of Winner. Yes, the pole position is on the outside line. The clean side, there was a controversy there between Senna and Prost back in the late 80s, early 90s in Formula 1. Into the S's they go the first time. Winner still leads the way with Ian Haycock's jumping Antonio Reyes for 3rd. Larry McLeod still in 5th. Jeff Fisher just behind him, and is Wayne Foster of Australia currently sitting in 7th. They're side by side into Dagner. Bad exit from Gaspers, but Werner has the inside and he's not giving it up. A big wiggle from Gaspers, bottoming out on the curb. The curb side Suzuka have a higher edge on the outside, so sometimes if you have your tire just in the middle of the edge, it's going to spin your car around. A big wiggle from Winner. Winner nearly lost it in the hairpin. That'll allow Gaspers to get back to him. Brilliant stuff by far. Of course, stuck again.
I can't.
Thing just doesn't work. Yep, it is a morning racing game, so it's gonna be, as the drivers are on the backstretch, they are gonna be looking at the sun directly. And there is a pause at 1:30 off for Gaspers. Everyone is still dropping behind. Yeah, Haycock's looking to make it 3 wide, or not. Antonio Reyes deep on the outside line. He might get around Haycock's. And I hear contact behind. Werner still leading the way after 1 lap.
Steven. Yeah.
Trouble for Claudio Bacalibri.
Don't know how I missed that.
We're not going to look at that. We'll look at the after race. And yep, it is Gaspers dropped in past Winner before the first turn, and someone is off in the rear. I think that was Eduardo Prado, the number 3 car. A little bit too much speed into turn 1 and he just loops it around. the two leaders. Dominant factor of this race is still head to tail, tail to head, and then Ian Haycox is not far behind. It is about a 10-car train for the lead at the moment. Gaspers leading the way, winner in second, followed by Haycock Senior. Larry McLeod also gaining 1 place over Antonio Reyes, who has fallen to 5th. Jeff Fisher in 6th, Wayne Foster 7th. It's Bert Traidler currently sitting in 8th. Steve Ray in 9th, and Stephen Beardsley running out of the top 10. But Alberto Pellegrini isn't far behind either. And Brian Short also hanging just at the tail end of the train. Eduardo Prado falling slightly behind after his mistake at starting at the first 2 turns. Brad Cathcart 14th, not far away either. And it was trouble for Claudio Vacalibri, Philip Barry, and Jeff Jacobson early on. Now back to the lead. Gaspis on the inside of winner into the chicane. Antonio Reyes also looking on the inside of Laurie McLeod. A little bit too much curbing for winner. Winner gets slowed down. And Gaspers now have 5/10 gap over him. But it's a long run to the first 10. It's not going to matter too much, as Haycox also chooses to not overtake winner, but to drop with him. Third time into turn 1. No moves being made here. I think there is plenty overtaking sport for spec racer at Suzuka International Racing Circuit Racing Course at Suzuka City, Mie, Japan. Into Dagnan for a 3rd time, went right on the bumper of Gaspers, but that is not a good place for a move. But the corner right after this is a good place for a move. The hairpin. See if winner is going to send it on the inside. Not really, but very late on the brakes he went. Let's go on board Wayne Fonston to have a look at the current situation. You can see he is just slightly behind Jeff Fisher. But he'll get the time back on the straightaway. Got to 3rd and then dog shifted to 3rd mid-turn for a little bit more rotation. You have to slow down slightly more for the second part of the spoon in order to get through the turn, as it is downhill and it does not have much camber in it. Top hike is still single filed out. Reyes looking at McLeod another time, but there is still no move being done. The 17-car field have finished 3 laps around the circuit, and now on to the 4th lap. There is handful late changes, but he has been all between Gaspers and winner. Gaspers slightly too much speed, running a little bit wide, or not. Maybe it's an alternative line. It looks like he had a later apex on the second part. A little bit more swing in the flag there for Gaspers. Following winners here closely, we might will lose a little bit aerodynamic from downforce for Gaspers. I think because everyone is following each other so closely, there is no move being done throughout the entire field. Everyone just wants to keep up with the leaders and try to have a shot at the win. It's very deep on the brakes by Ian Haycox, but it looks like he was quicker on the entry, slow on the exit. Since you cannot adjust fuel in the official series, there is just way more than enough fuel to spare for a race. I think everyone just does not care for it, and maybe fixing the car on throttle and brakes multiple times in the middle of the turn to get the best speed. Too wide into 130R. Now winner is behind Gaspers into the chicane. A little bit wide on the exit by Gaspers. Trouble for Antonio Reyes. He has spun it at the first part of the chicane. Now he has dropped back to 10th and 11th as he just got passed by Brian Short. And there's a move into turn 1 from Wayne Fonston over Jeff Fisher. These two also have fallen behind. A 2-second gap between Larry McLeod and Fonston. The battles are heating up once the trains have
Deadlock here.
separated. I'm running out of words.
Yeah, I just pushed a little too hard into that chicane.
The current situation kind of reminds me of the early 2010s NASCAR, the tandem drafting. You can see Wynn and Gaspers in a group, McLeod and Haycox in the second, and Fonston and Fisher in the third group. Well, there's a slight bit gap between Trickler and Ray. It's 4 groups of 2, each chasing each other. There seems to have not been any bold move in the turns for the lead yet. Yep, those Haycox on the inside of McLeod for 130 up, but looks like Haycox has stayed behind McLeod. I think actually McLeod might have the move on Haycox into the spoon. Also, Jeff Fisher dropped in past Wayne Fonston on the straightaway, and Stevie Ray just had a move
Now let's go get
Berg Trickler into the chicane.
I'm following you.
It's still tandem drafting as we pass the halfway mark of the race. 5 down, 5 to go.
or not.
Trouble.
Well, not sure.
Stevie has run wide. There's another car running in the background. That is Brian Short. He has fallen behind the half cars. Back to the lead just on the exit of the S's. Gaspers ahead of winner. There's nothing too spicy here going on here today. Gaspers, a big slide for Gaspers in the Dagner 2. But it looks like Winner does not have a chance, or does he? But now he is on the outside of the hairpin. Deep on the brakes goes Winner, but he just not. The longer way around the outside at the hairpin is just too much distance, and while you can't carry too much speed, and they are too wide again. So 200 into Spoon. Winner later on the brakes than Gaspers. It's a game of switcheroo. The Suzuka is a rather high-speed track. It is whoever. I don't think anyone will want the lead onto this straightaway on the last lap. Gaspers on the inside, Owen on the outside. Not anymore. Gaspers have dropped past Winner. Gaspers on the inside of the chicane, and I think the move is done. Gaspers will lead another lap over Winner. There's a reason why Gaspers is car number 1 and Winner is car number 2. The leaders are still tandem drafting 2 by 2, while Bert Trailer is currently having a lonely time in 7th. Says he have lost to Stevie Ray. A little bit too much speed for Gaspers at the first turn. Goes a little bit wide, and the Winner now has a run in the S's, but there's nowhere to pass in the S's. As for spec race, it's just lifting and steering. There's no brakes involved. Trouble for Alberto Pellegrini. Might have spun on the second part of turn 1. That seems to have been the trouble spot, the hot spot for trouble in the race today. I think Jerry McAreevy is also racing today, but it might be his I rating is not high enough to make it to the top split, as car 17 is broad carpet with 2.6k I rating. I think Jerry is somewhere 100 below that. Looks like it is not a drafting situation for the second pack anymore, as Jeff Grisha, running away from Wayne Constant, is now closing on to Haycox Senior. Jeff Grisha in draft, so left through 130R. There's not enough grip for these cars to go through 130R flat. Might be qualifying, it might be just listening the engine from far away that I assume Gaspers was fly through there. They're going to have a lead again. Gaspers on the inside of Winner into turn 1. Down to 4th, down to 3rd. There is a 2-second gap behind Winner and McLeod, so the second pack is totally out of the truck range. And yeah, the top 6 is within 5 seconds. And then it's Park Trailer another 6 seconds behind Wayne Fonston. Stephen Beardsley another 3 seconds behind. Berg and Stevie Ray, another 1 second between him and Beardsley. Antonio Ray is right on the bumper of Stevie Ray. And then it's a 7-second gap to Eduardo Prado. The Brazilian invasion is not going well today. But broadcasted. Looks like there is a battle brewing up between Prado, him, Pellegrini and Short for 11. Claudio Valcalibri another 13 seconds behind them. On the exit of the Spoon still leads Gaspers. Still extending the gap over to McLeod. Their last time by was 3/10 quicker than McLeod. Now Jeff Fisher on the inside of Haycock Sr. Haycock Sr. is lifting and letting him by, and Jeff Fisher up to 4. Haycock's down to 5th. A good charge by Jeff Fisher today. I believe Fisher started 6th and now up 2 positions. So does Larry McLeod, also up 2 positions. Now it's the game of switcheroo again, this time winner on the inside of Gaspers into 10-1. It's not necessary to go side by side, or is it? Gaspers deep on the brakes, try to hold it around the outside of winner on the second part of turn 1, but he was not able to do so. Gaspers on the inside winner. Gaspers is looking. That was a little bit unexpected move, but Gaspers was not quick. There was not enough overlap at entry, and winner is able to hold him around outside this time. Gaspers looked for a move at Spoon there, but it didn't go through. Trouble. Fisher and Haycock around, and Wayne Foston ran into the back of Fisher.
That rejoin.
Steve.
Also problem for Steve Ray. Eduardo Prado nearly clipping him. Thought there's going to be a great battle for 3rd on the last lap, but it's all on Gaspers is the winner, battle for the lane now. Larry McLeod looks like has secured him a 3rd place finish. Now a 10-second gap between McLeod and Fisher. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go, brought to you by Race Boys. When it's not making a move here, staying behind Gaspers. Through turn 1 they go, the last time. Out of the deck now, looks like Gaspers had a little bit advantage over winner through there. Gaspers seems to have the absolute speed, while winner does not. Winner sure has a lot of pressure on him, trying to live up to his name. Winner is still staying behind Gaspers. And onto the backstretch they go for the one last time. Gaspers holding the inside. Winner in the trot. Winner is waiting for a gap to be open on the inside, and he does get it. On the inside, Winner goes through 130R. Will Gaspers send it into the chicane? It's a fake move. Now Gaspers into the inside. They're side by side, but Winner does have a rough into the turn, but he can't keep too much on all sides and compromise it. Gaspers, your tonight's winner, starting from second position. Winner finishing second. It was great drama through the last turn there for them. Aaron McLeod third, Wayne Fonston finishing fourth, Jeff Bridger fifth. Actually, Berg Tradler fifth, Jeff Bridger sixth, Stephen Beardsley finishing seventh, just overtaking Ian Haycox and Antonio Reyes before the line. Eduardo Prado running out of top 10, Steve Ray 11th, Ryan Short just crossing the line. Actually, looks like he had some trouble on the last lap. That dropped him to 13th. Alberto Pellegrini finishing 12th. Brian Short is actually 13th. Pardon me. Brian Cathcart 14th, Philip Barry just outside out of the chicane, finishing 15th. Claudio Vacalibri. Vacalibri is 15th, Philip Barry 16th, and Jeff Jacobson.
Well, at least any other race I do this week will be better.
Finishing last.
It's like that, isn't it, Jeff?
What was that?
It's like that, mate, but I'm sure you probably won't be racing the likes of the guys that we're racing at the moment.
Let's see, what went wrong in turn 1? No, I mean first lap. Let's go to our midfield.
Sorry, Jeff, I don't know what happened there. You were a bit slower than I expected, I think, sorry.
Looks like Vacalibri might be a little bit too late on the brakes and ran into Steve Ray and the spawn, and yep, Jeff Jacobson just T-boned him, basically. Let's see what went down here. That was a little bit strange. It looks from this perspective that Ian Haycox was a little bit too quick into it. You can see him washing out before apex, but yeah, it looks like Jeff Fisher is a little bit slower here. Looks like he unsettled the car a bit. And bam. And yep, Steve Ray, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The exit curb here. Let's take a look at the... like every curb here is like this. Say I want right rear. Can see the high edge on the curbs. And he touches it. And he spun. And yep, let's relook at David's move on the last lap. That was exciting. So, yep. When I was waiting for it, kind of forcing a gap. Oh no, David actually went a little bit right. He left Austin that gap open. I mean, it kind of makes sense as he does not want to be inside for 130R and be outside for the chicane. Makes sense. Gasper's now on the left side. Winner believed that Gasper's do not have a move. Went to the racing line and quick move. Gasper's on the inside. It looks as if Winner had it, but Winner is really going to compromise his entrance to the second part of the chicane. Gets a little bit too much curb and slides his rear a little bit. Lost the race. Alright, post-race interview time.
I never got one there.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm being too cautious through there.
You have a car contact on the lap 9, Jeff.
Okay,
And
I guess...
two off tracks. Hey, Wanshi.
I guess it's post-race interview time. It's a really exciting finish for the late there. Any comments from our top 2 drivers?
Well, it was the first time, but it's good that I missed a gear.
Oh, so, where did you miss a gear?
Coming out of a chicane.
I see.
We both failed there. Austin thought I was next to him, left too much space because of it, and had a slide on the curb. And I wanted to go to the left of him, which wouldn't have worked because of his slide. So it was actually good that I missed my gear.
Yeah, it looks as if you let Austin had the inside into 130R, and
yeah, that was the plan. I just slowed down too much.
Yeah, I see. And then you kind of had a last second move there into the chicane.
Not really. I wasn't even. I was just braking on the right side to make him think I would try something, but. Yeah, in case he just leaves the gap like he did. But I wouldn't have tried to brake next to him from that far back.
Interesting.
And after I saw he left the gap, of course, I went for the inside.
And is there any other things that other drivers want to say?
I have a bad race.
Yeah, so it looks like you spun in the chicane, and
yeah,
it just went
mistake.
down from there.
Yeah, yes, true.
Antonio's a gentleman driver, though.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, unfortunately, Jerry didn't make to the top split today.
Yeah, I saw he won. I saw he won the second split.
Oh, really? No, that's good for him.